in time. You're welcome. Come on.
Alright, here we go. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, ready. There is not too much political tension in the air. Anxiety and pain are good. They're there to protect us. Suffering comes from when you push them aside and you try to pretend they're not there. But anxiety and pain tell you, wake up and pay attention. It's like when you stub your toe, you suddenly recognize that you have a little toe and it matters. So what I'm saying to you as people who are living in an open society, that all of this tension is telling us to wake up and do something because these are not normal times. And if your party doesn't matter, I guess if you're a Helsinki Republican, it might matter. But for most of us who enjoy living in an open society, it doesn't. I think part of our struggles is that we have been asked as Americans or residents, people that like this lifestyle, to doubt what our government is founded upon, which is that we are a government of laws, not people. And we've been asked to doubt our belief in the fairness of our laws. So in a very quick time, I'm going to take you through the indictment of the 12 Russians. And I think what you'll find is that if you recommit yourself to being a government of laws, you'll find this is riveting. And these aren't just things in the air. These are real issues that are facing us. And this tells the whole story and brings a sense of comfort and hope that maybe we're going to get this resolved. So you can find the indictment online. And if you'd like, I can email it to you or just look it up. We're an open society, it's public record. For those of you who have already read it, has anybody read it? Because I sent it to John. It's very readable. So this is the indictment. 12 Russians, I didn't list them, and it would take me too long to say. And here is the site if you want it. So count one. There are 11 counts. Count one is against 11 of the 12 defendants, and it's conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States. Counts 2 through 9 against the same 11 defendants is aggravated identity theft. Count 10, conspiracy to launder money, and count 11 against the remaining defendant is conspiracy to commit an offense against the United States. So what are some of the terms that you find in this indictment, which seems unapproachable, but it's not? Hacking. You've all heard of hacking. Malware, spear phishing, spoofing, keystroke capture. That was launched on Patriots Day, 2016. So spear phishing is when you target somebody. You send out an email, somebody presses it, opens it up, it goes into your computer, and it takes it over. Spoofing. Spoofing is when you think you're getting an email from somebody that you know. So you open it up, and it goes in and it takes over your privacy, your email. Keystroke capture, they get everything, your passwords, anything you do now goes to this GRU. They set up this site, special site, which was the Russian headquarters of technology. So targets. You've heard all these terms. Who did they target? These 12. The Clinton campaign, Chairman Podesta, over 55,000 of his emails were released. DCCC, Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, DNC, Democratic National Committee. They stole credentials. With the credentials, they had access. They stole fundraiser and voter outreach records, voter data, who you voted for, where you live, Board of Election. They went U.S. companies. They went into those providing election technology, secretaries of state in as many states as they could get into, banking and personal information. That's what they were after. And then some of the terms that are in our common culture today that you hear about and you go, what? How much more of this? Benghazi, trying to find out how Hillary Clinton was behind Benghazi and she's guilty and she should go to jail. Ted Cruz, they began to know that Cruz was going to be the major Republican opponent. Hillary, remember Guccifer 2.0? Guccifer 2.0, I mean, that sounds sinister. Guccifer 2.0 was the Russian name for the entity that released all the records. And so they were told, oh, it's the Russians, it's the Russians. So what they ended up doing is saying, no, it's not the Russians, they're American hacktivists. I don't know if you remember that, but these were supposed to be the Americans who didn't like what was going on with the government. It was not Guccifer, it were the American hacktivists. And the DC leaks, that's another group of Americans who were trying to get the truth out when in fact they were all Russians. Blacks against Hillary. I don't know if you heard that. That was a hashtag. That was the Russians. Black Lives Matter, they went into that and exploited Black Lives Matter to try to get some of them see how it was Hillary's fault. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, blockchain, that's how they pass their money. And in the indictment, you'll see that the evidence shows, real concrete evidence, the path that the money went, how they funded this campaign. You heard of actblue.com for any Democrats in the room? That's the site that you can support candidates through. Well, they started one, actblues.com. That's spoofing. And they entice Democrats to pay for some of their campaign. And Google.com, they sent emails from Google with a Q. So if you didn't look carefully, you're going into some of these Russian sites under Google.com. That's where we're at today, and I really encourage you to read it because it is a spy novel. They're going to make a movie out of it if we survive. We all have to just do one thing. You don't have to solve it all yourself. One march, one letter, one phone call, one conversation, but stay alert. And this is what you can pay attention to going forward. In that indictment, there are unnamed U.S. persons. Were they unwitting, or did they knowingly collude? Senior members of the Trump campaign, unnamed, stay tuned. Other co-conspirators, unnamed, but we can listen for them. Now that's the indictment. But you heard about Maria Butina, who was just arrested, agent of foreign governments, persons 1 and 2, American operatives, the NRA, and now, for the first time, I think maybe historic ever, treason. Treason is being connected to Trump's behavior in Helsinki and otherwise. So have faith, freedom lovers. Be a government of laws and believe our institutions. They're there to serve us, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Is that civil?
Time's up. You know that doesn't count.